What's up, y'all? Doe here, and we're going to be discussing all the items in the Lady Luck store and going over what I would suggest getting and the things that I would wait to get just, for a while. And I'm doing this because it was said in the Discord, if I can freaking find it, brother, in the community Discord, which everyone has access to. It's over at discord.gg/LayDauntless or Dauntless. I'll leave a link on the screen, or a thing on the screen. Anyway, for the Lady Luck store, everything that will be in there for the immediate future is in, other than the Aether Striker Silver and Gold transmogs that are being made currently and have no specific release date yet. Just so you know, in case you were saving up your marks. This means if you've been saving up your marks and you see something you want in the store, just send it, bud. Just send it. Get what you want. Like you have free reign now. But I'll be going over. I sound like Porky Pig. I'll be going over like what is good and starting with the cells. So first off, you have cells, which you got technique, utility, swift, power, and defense. A cell for each slot at least. Now for Berserk, I suggest getting at least 2 of these cells. These cells are good on every weapon. They're okay on the hammer, and they're not that great on the axe, but you can still use it if you have to. But I would suggest using it the least amount on the axe and the hammer, and just, go freaking ham on the other weapons, because you get extra damage for hitting a behemoth, basically. You get stacks. Up to 10 stacks, you get 35% damage at 10 stacks. Really nice. The next cell is going to be Mender. If you want to be a support player, like, a Mercy main and Dauntless, you can go with the Mender cell, but only get a +3 at the moment, because the way it's worded, from what I can tell, it's a bit weird. It only gets worse as it gets higher. That'll probably be fixed. It's probably just a tooltip error, not a big deal. So I would get +3 Mender, because it help. What this does is healing yourself. You get reduced healing for your flask, but you heal your teammates, which is, it's like an AoE heal, which is pretty nice. This could set a precedent for future mechanics for Dauntless, which I'm actually excited for. I'm excited to see more support-ish oriented gameplay, maybe even some tank stuff with aggro. We'll see. That's what I kind of want to see. Anyway, you got Sprinter. This cell, I think, is only good for repeaters, because repeaters don't really need stamina, and this cell reduces max stamina, but it increases movement speed and reduces sprint cost. Repeaters need that movement speed. The sprint cost, not a big deal. You cannot sprint with repeaters when they're sheathed, but the movement speed, you get 10% at +3. That 10% is really good, because it doesn't matter if your weapon's sheathed, if you're dodged or not, you just get 10% movement speed, and that's huge. So I would get +3 if you want it for repeaters. Maybe I would wait to get other stuff first though. Now, Discipline is where you get half health, but you get a bit of crit chance. Now the main thing here is the half health, where it puts your health at basically half of the max, and that's important for low life builds because it puts you in threshold instantly. So for this cell, I would suggest getting a +3, and that's it. And then Strategist, you get max health, you get shields for dodging. I guess it's okay. I would wait to get this for other things. Engineer, again, this is more of a support style build where you can support your teammates with increased pile range, which the increased pile range, but the increased pylon range is pretty good, but it's not game breaking, I would say. And then Furious Axe Core, just, we're gonna go ahead and skip this because it takes away your determination, or it takes away your resolve, which resolve isn't the greatest thing in the world to begin with, but all you're getting in return is some meter gain. Not a big deal. Rustler's Canteen, your potions have more effectiveness. Your tonics only, just your tonics, have increased effectiveness by 50% when your axe is thrown. The problem with this is, if you're using the best special in the game for axe right now, which is going to be Grim Onslaught, when you throw it, you have time to maybe pop 1 potion before it lands. And with the axe, you want to catch it before it lands, or else you'll be missing out on some meter gain. So it's interesting and not that great IMO. Momentum Blades, you can basically just spam your special more often because you get 1 free use after using it for 4 seconds. So it's neat, but I would suggest Serrated Blades over this still, which is why I would suggest not buying it right now. Demolition Blades, at the moment, there is no need to be breaking objects. So, you break objects, but you don't need more damage to break them. You have enough damage from your other cells, so this is not that necessary at the moment. In the future, it might be. In the current state, not a big deal. Turbine Trigger, you get attack speed for priming your hits. The problem with this is that attack speed can make priming hits harder, which makes it not that great. I would try not to do that. So I would suggest not getting this because extended clip is just better. And T-clip, you basically get 2 shells, but your shells do more damage than normal. So instead of 175 damage or 175% damage, you get 300% effectiveness from the ammo. But the problem is only having 2 shells is kind of a bummer, and you'll never really have any shells to do Aether Slams, which is what the hammer's main damage comes from. So with this clip, if you're using it, you want to prime hits a lot, by the way. But I would suggest not getting this either. Tactician Magazine, best in slot mod for repeaters. If you play repeaters a lot and you like the weapon, get this for sure. It's phenomenal. If you're empowered, reloading at exactly 0 ammo decreases the cooldown of both abilities by 4 seconds. I'm pretty sure, don't hang me for this, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter if you're empowered when you're at 0 bullets or if you're not. So if you're at 0 bullets, just get an empowered reload and you're good. I'm pretty sure that's what that means, if I can read. Demolition sights is basically a similar thing to the demolition blades, where you just get more damage versus objects. Not a big deal. And like, plus with repeaters, you can't empower off objects. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer. If you could empower off objects, I could see this being better for repeaters. But since you can't, I wouldn't do it at all. You know what I'm saying? And then Executioner Spearhead, I like this modifier a lot, but the problem is wounding is kind of garbage, and this modifier only gives you damage once you create a wound, which is kind of rough. It's really nice though, and if fights last longer than say 5 minutes, phenomenal. It's fantastic. I would suggest it. Barbed Spearhead, avoid it. Just never do this. Awful. Just no. I made a mistake and I bought this. Not the best investment of my life. I would have wished this came out before this did, but you know, you live and you learn. Whistling Blade, just get this. Get Momentum Pommel. Whistling Blade makes it to where you're double heavy and then spamming light attacks has more attack speed, but it's not a big deal. I would instead go with Momentum Pommel, which is where your triple light attack and your double heavy get 1 more heavy. So it would be triple light attack and then triple heavy, which is it's really fun. It's a lot of damage too. And then you have Relentless Onslaught. This modifier is just basically a budget version of Grim Onslaught that lets you throw it more often. Lets you throw it more, I guess. It doesn't give you any meter gain, which is a big downer. Ironheart Landbreaker is for the hammer, and this is just the defense version of Mighty Landbreaker. So instead of giving you damage, you get damage reduction, and you also get some healing over time. It's a really cool modifier, or a really cool special, and if you want to, again, go for a support build, it's not a bad idea, especially if you play hammer. Avenging Overdrive, I think it's the best in slot special for the sword, and even if it's not, it's a loads of fun. You get a parry, which isn't in Dauntless at the moment for other weapons. You just have it for the sword, which is phenomenally fun. You don't need stamina to activate it. It's great. Highly suggested. Insatiable Blades, this is just the exact same way as the new Reaper's rework, and instead of giving you damage, you get healing. I'd go with damage. And then Reckless Yeet, or Leap, whatever you want to call it. It's fun. It's a fun modifier, but I would wait to buy it because it's just not that great. Broadside's Lantern, I would get this after getting some other specials, because it's a lantern, but it's really fun. Again, if you play repeaters, this lantern is really good, because it can actually boot behemoths. It can interrupt behemoths when they're charging at you, or when they're flying at you, even when they're in a damage threshold. It can do enough damage to interrupt that, which repeaters can't do any of those things unless you have Sab Grip, maybe. But you don't want to bring Sab Grip, because it's not that great. So, highly suggest this, just especially if you play repeaters, but in general, it's a fun lantern. And then Twin Suns, apparently people are saying they're not that good. I like them a lot. I think they're actually pretty strong, but some gamers are like, no, they're not that good. Who knows? I like them a lot. These Twin Suns I would use Cunning with, because you get 10% extra crit chance and you get 30% extra crit severity, and Twin Suns are all about crit chance. I have a video on them if you want to see that. It's called Twin Suns Guide or something like that. And yeah. And then past that, you got Silver Core. Do not buy these. Do not spend 150 marks on freaking cores ever. But then you got your freaking I can't even say the words. Your cosmetic stuff. My bad. You have your cosmetics for the gilded marks, which if you're in top 100 when the week finishes, which they're gonna be retroactive here soon, hopefully. But when you're in the top 100 when the week ends, you get to buy gold versions of these, which I'll probably get on my other account and show you. But they're cool. They're neat. They're nice. They're not life-changing, but they're okay. You can get a crown too, which I actually like the blue crown more than the gold crown, but the gold crown means that you're a gamer. So I have to get the gold crown. I have to. But you can get a standard and the midnight die. I think the midnight die and the crown are the two main things I would buy. But midnight die, by the way, is pretty much a black die. If you already have black, say you've been playing doubles for a long time and you already have the special black die, do not get midnight champion die. Apparently they look the same to a degree, so I would wait. I just wouldn't get it. If you already have a black die, do not get midnight champion die. If you don't have a black die, you want a legit black die, this is your die. Okay, is what I've been told. So yeah, that is hopefully a video to explain what I would and wouldn't get from the trial store. And the first thing I would get though, like honestly, is Berserker Cells. And then from there, you pick your own poison. I've given my recommendations, and hopefully you guys get something out of that. But anyway, guys, that's the video. If you guys liked it, be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and consider sharing this video, because doing any of those things helps out a ton. Just watching it helps out a ton as well, so thank you guys for doing that. If you want to see more videos like this, then subscribe to this channel for more Dauntless content. I said it right, thank the heavens. And if you want to support my content, you can do so by using my Epic Games support code, my Epic Games support code in the Epic Games store or in the in-game Dauntless store. When you make a purchase using my code, it costs you nothing extra aside from the purchase, and it supports me. So thank you very much for anyone that does that, and for anyone that considers to do that. And lastly, if you want, through the month of September, you get a half-off sub on Twitch with a tier 1 sub. So that's a good way to get my flare, by the way. My Twitch flare is for Twitch subscribers. People like it. So just be a tier 1 sub or gifted or any of that jazz, and you're golden. But yeah, that's the video, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.